Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on Pachino Stalemate. Eventually spawning on the left is Elite 1650 with Afrika unselected on the battle group currently. So off the Panzer Grenadier here, no Kriegsschützen on this map. On the other side is GenObi, who's gone for US Forces Special Operations and got a Weasel. In terms of rankings, Elite 1650 around 100, GenObi around 130.
Panzer Grenadiers have been mustered.
My men stand ready.
So there's always a bit of a battle on this map. These fuels guarded by these buildings. And this is often what it devolves into. On this spawn specifically, two buildings next to each other. Can just put a unit in a building so that the enemy can't harass you. So it looks like Elite is going to try and fight this. It's just a scout, relatively weak unit. It was like a rifleman. Wouldn't have been terribly good. Bit of a race to the church. Riflemen get there first. I haven't calculated this, but I would guess that that's within 10 range, so this cover doesn't work.
Frontline Panzer Pioneers have deployed.
Maybe some of the further away windows, I'm not sure. I usually try and take cover behind this wall. The other squad is.
The enemy have
I haven't
claimed our
measured it though.
sector.
Maybe we should someday. These are getting zoned a little bit. Still connected out the other side though to the fuel. And Weasel is blasting this Panzerpio. For two Panzer Greens into a second Panzerpio. And chased off there. Okay, GenObi goes for two riflemen and then into an engineer. It's a little bit unusual.
Our
Go for an
capture point
engineer
is
at this
being neutralized
stage.
by the enemy.
Sometimes you see players go engineer, but generally not on top of like a Weasel. One or the other before the riflemen start flowing.
Territory overrun.
No support center yet for GenObi. Maybe a little bit late on that. Maybe it's going to get one more
Proximity
squad
alarm near our
before
victory point.
going for. Oh, that's a little bit strange. Maybe a misclick. Treating both of those there. I thought he would at least stick around to cap the center. Does go for one more rifle. So maybe the Weasel could come back here and cap this.
Our victory
Sandbagging
point is
up.
being neutralized by the
So
enemy.
yeah, as you can see, a bit of a slow start for Elite. Doesn't have a flamer.
You have problems, we have answers.
There's a low munitions to
Victory
this
point
point.
lost.
Your sandbag wall is finished.
Struggling a bit for resource control, but over here now with maybe double high munitions for a little bit. Should help things out a lot. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good map for the Kriegsschützen. I'm a little bit surprised you didn't go for it. Just so many points like on the far away edges for you to cap with it. Usually pretty safely. And usually pretty fast as well, you know, there are not too many like movement blockers around here. Slow things down. Okay, looks like GenObi went for the healing. Vet on the Weasel. A little bit of healing value there, running out to the front line. Now, Elite did put some sandbags down here, helps things out a lot. Especially now that cover isn't nullified by those top windows. I have seen Elite spend some munis. I guess it's on a flamer on this Panzerpio. Its buying time at the moment has gone for assault greens. Again, even though this is cover, too close to the building wouldn't be counting. Using the breach here, and there's the flamethrower. Gets control of the buildings. Fight back here nicely. Needs to be a bit more active with the flamer. This needs to be the one leading the charge. best anti-garrison.
We have a new ability.
Running into it. No man's land there.
Forces have taken our territory.
Very close to the 6-minute mark here for Elite 1650. Has decided to go for healing, which is a bit of an unusual timing for that, I feel. Has gone for Battlefield Espionage. So I'm also a little bit surprised. That he went for a second Panzerpile. You know, you've probably seen my FPVs where I go for 3 Panzergreens. So I think they're just like the best unit when it comes to salvaging weapons. The braiders that you can pick up, you know, is so good. With the bars. That graves the most. Tries to throw satchel, maybe hoping that Elite wasn't watching. I think it was a bit too obvious. Usually when I try to throw those cheeky engineer satchels, you know, sit in the fight, wait until maybe the fight's been going on for about 4 seconds, then throw the satchel. Don't move my engineer at all. And then hopefully, you know, after about 4 seconds, maybe they're not watching the engagement, especially if there's another engagement happening somewhere else. And quite often you can get away with that because the satchel charge is not causing the grenade shouting out warning at the moment. So watch out for that. Bars popping for GenObi. Did go for the Panzer Jaeger Korps. Maybe a little bit unfortunate on the timing. Still has the Weasel to chase down though, so it's not all bad news. But yeah, quite often you can maybe hold off on your healing, go for the Panzer Jaeger Korps at 6 minutes, get healing value out of 250, maybe invest into another unit. They're getting very low. They're going to survive though. This rifleman, yeah, I was going to say it's already at about 3rd health. He doesn't have healing yet, GenObi, and he's gone for actually the weapon support center. Is he building maybe 75mm half track? Or maybe he's going to go for a mid half track actually. That's interesting. Let's bring the Weasel back to do some healing here. Maybe drop off a support weapon. M1919.
Starting requisition of light support elements.
Okay, we've got a beacon. This is an intel disruption beacon. This is probably a pretty good spot for it. Hard to harass, but there's generally quite a lot of combat in this area. This coming in the fog, gets out of there nice and early.
Research complete. Superior support weapons
Yeah, it is a 75mm. Oh, he's gone for the weapon support center. I mean, mechanized support center. It's an unusual one from GenObi, especially if you've got this many riflemen already. So that means he maybe straight constructed that as a 75mm half track rather than having to spend munis to upgrade it. Didn't see exactly. Maybe you guys were paying attention in the progress construction bars. Okay, chuck down another beacon somewhere. Okay, back here.
Command points are available for use.
Maybe to win this.
The battle group ability has been made available. Victory point under enemy control.
Yeah, I remember watching a video by Will the Noobs, and he showed that getting the STG upgrade, you know, from salvaging with the assault planes was not very good.
Territory is now in enemy
This
hands.
subterfuge battle group. That's why I'm usually just spamming P-Grins. And I think it just works better with this battle group too, right? Because if you go for the incendiary munitions, you get the super good anti-tank grenades on your P-Grins as well. It's just like a good P-Grin spam battle group. Compare it to like the old double LMG P-Grins that used to be possible with the Italian combined arms. It's even better now because the Raiders are so much stronger. They got buffed so you only have them on single equip. Looks like the Panzer is winning this one. Maybe not really noticing. Oh boy, loses his engineer there. Unfortunate. He gets found, gets killed. Wow, that's a really late flak feeling from Elite. Engine damage on the 75mm goes down. I think this is not a very good map for the 75mm 3. There's just too many obstacles. It's not open enough for it to take advantage of its long range. It's just so fragile too. I mean, I've used it a few times on this map, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's particularly good. Maybe he's picked up a mortar. I'm guessing that was a drop again from the Weasel, who's looks like it's on full-time medic duty now. SCF Commando's chasing away the squad on the far side. Has gone for weapon support center, so can get the super bazookas later on. Makes the SCF Commandos a lot more appealing, I find.
Enemy forces have captured the victory point.
Fall in! To me!
Just doing a little bit of chase down. I don't think this was a very good idea from GenObi getting into this building. Right onto the door, maybe? Nope. Could have been a move, but I didn't have the unis for it. Let me get away. Maybe could have smoked as well, like around here with the mortar to help the escape. Clear up from the scouts. Looks like we don't have double bars on any of the riflemen yet.
The victory point is being taken from us.
Okay. Holding out nicely. He rebuilt the 75mm. It's coming in now. It's a solid shot on there.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
And here comes the second call-in. It's going to be the LEIG. Just such a powerhouse. Barrage out the back. Both retreating there. Maybe the assault greens didn't need to. Just run out of the Willy Pete. It's a huge deal. Find some vision with the building. 75mm wants to go in for the kill here. Oh! Still alive. Jaeger's getting some shots on the 75mm. That backs away. The LEIG trying to barrage out the mortar. Such a good map for the LEIG. Just camp it around here.
Permission granted.
Just nuke throughout the center of the map.
Be salvaged for resources.
Veterans! We were already veterans!
Chasing away on the far side. GenObi, no tank depot down yet.
This will hold you for a while.
Watch the streets!
Keeping your skies clear, Commandant.
Oh, let's see if we've got any upgrades.
Repairs completed.
Okay, so 6-man. Upgraded. No smoke or anything. Nothing for GenObi yet. Heat out. Sends a green grenade back the other way. Use of this barrage. Generally, you can get some like pretty solid shots with its like first shell, but the delay between shells is so long, it's very easy to dodge thereafter. Generally, the 75mm M3 is so weak as well. Want to get out of there? Wow, very late retreat from GenObi. Loses M1919. And stolen. Oh, Panzerpies die over here. I think I heard a grenade go off. On retreat, perhaps. Well done by GenObi. Still got a good amount of map control.
Proximity alarm near our
Both
victory
these
point.
meeting uni points on the far side. Got an AT gun now for Elite. Obviously, AT guns are very strong in this Battlefield Espionage
Victory point under enemy
battle
control.
group. Incendiary munitions. One of the strongest things, you know. For me, this battle group's about the incendiary munitions and the plunder. Those are the two best things in it. Funkwagen's pretty fun as well. Haven't seen any Funkwagen action so far. Make use of the beacons instead. Right beacon. No, it's probably too late. Sorry, I was going to say maybe he's going to consider going for more to half tracks, but it's probably too much. Maybe would go for that instead of the LEIG and then go for like an AT gun call-in. Okay, tank depot's up now for GenObi. He's got the fuel for something as well. There's a bit more manpower. Of course, won't have late game manpower discounts on the infantry support center. Definitely hurts US forces late game. I feel like that infantry support center is like single-handedly boosting up US forces win rate in ones. 8% or something.
Commandant, we have command points available
There goes
to
the
us.
250. I'll switch to the bazookas on the SSF commandos. Flak is generally a pretty good counter though to handheld anti-tanks. It's got so much range. Eventually suppressing now.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Good job. That was close. Too close.
Riflemen regretting their decision. If they jumped into the building, they would have seen what was coming. They're coming for a barrage in the 75mm3. Looks like he's got his repair depot maybe down here. Make sure he doesn't lose that point. Okay, SSF Commando's still down here. Killed enough models that they're out of vision range now, I think. And forgotten about Bulldozer first for GenObi. I think we did hear him throw grenades earlier, so she does have grenades at least to defend this.
We are losing grasp of the victory point.
From the MG upgrade. Still doesn't have the second bar on any of these riflemen, by the way.
Strike now.
And the AT gun was in the perfect position to counter this. 2 shots, massive damage, huge repair times. Doesn't have an engineer, only has that repair depot on the mechanized support center. Not prioritize vehicles, but he's got his LMGs out. There's a suppressing plane coming in, but of course the flak feeling pretty good counter to that. See how that loiter progresses.
The enemy is winning this battle.
Just the AT gun on the edge. Plane shot down now. Brings in the 250 for a bit of extra support fire and the combined arms bonus.
New Tiger tanks will be made available shortly.
Got some engineers desperately needs those repairs, GenObi. That's a good call. Got 2 mortars now for GenObi. I didn't notice him pop out a second one. Loiter, second plane finally gets shot down now. That took a lot longer than I was expecting. Do think anti-air is maybe a touch too weak at the moment. Takes a long time to counter these loiters. Here come the double mortars.
Heavy armor
Dodges
research
forwards
complete.
of it. There's one thing about, like, you know, these pieces of indirect fire having such low amounts of scatter is that, you know, if you dodge, they're not going to scatter into you. COH3 where the scatter was so much larger.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
You dodged, could still get hit by it, you know. It doesn't really happen in COH3. Nice little move there, cycling through the building.
Victory point lost.
There's out of Willie Pete there on the AT gun. Bulldozer comes in behind this. Bit of an overshoot on its gun there though. Late retreat on the SSF. Oh, big damage though. Has to retreat. Doesn't want to risk losing his assault green back the other way. What happened to the
Ready for orders.
is that 250 Rex still out here? Maybe salvaged already. Didn't notice. But there's one thing, you know, if you're up against this, you know, you start seeing these funk wagons and whatever, you gotta kill those vehicle wrecks. Because you don't want the enemy covering even those weapons, making the infantry so much stronger. How much damage the bulldozer's taken already there. Another beacon up at a pretty good position again, I'd say. Here comes a Panzer III now for elite. Doesn't look like he's got the repair yet. Maxed out his population pretty much now though. He's in a bit of trouble. He's got the 75mm here for a bit of support. So the Panzer III decides not to chase any further. I think maybe could have like stuck here and gone for like a cheeky attack round for one extra shot, but... Oh, is that a Panzer IV? That's a Panzer IV, not a Panzer III. Oh, he's got a fresh assault green as well. I see.
We are losing the lead.
Didn't notice that initially, but there it is. Panzer IV calling on elite.
The enemy holds all victory points. Launch a counterattack at once.
We're engaged.
300 points remaining. Say again, 300 points remaining.
That's still alive. GenObi getting a Hellcat now. Whizbang unlock. That's why I'm a little bit surprised to see him go double mortars. I mean, I do quite like double mortars, but you know, if you've got the Whizbang as a potential late game option, I feel like it makes a little bit less sense. Probably want to go for one of those at some stage. Okay, he's going for rearm and retrofit here. I think that gives the Hellcat a speed boost, right? Is that correct?
Crowds have taken the lead. A victory point is under attack. We must act.
Flanking speed, so I think that's why he's going for it largely.
Territory lost.
That's the speed boost on the Hellcat, maybe considering going chasing after the flak.
Point has fallen into enemy control.
Needs to catch it in an isolated position though. At the moment, all the vehicles for elite are on this far side. He's really camping out the center. He's looking to set up the triple cap.
This is bad.
Return the favor after GenObi had such a strong early game, as you often do as US forces with the power of the rifleman. But now with, you know, no discounts from the ISC, doesn't have a
Need some recon, sir?
mid-tent either for casualty clearing. He's going to be feeling the bleed way more than you usually do as US forces. So usually you can sustain really bad KDs as US forces, but not on this particular match. Okay, around in the corner. Okay, he's popping the speed boost, and I think maybe the AP ammo as well. It's around the side of the P4, but I don't know if that's a good call.
Jesus H. Christ!
Where's the 75mm? It's not in action. Oh boy, but the P4 slow to switch to prioritized vehicles.
They're pushing us back. We're down to 250.
Flak feeling didn't come in to help either at all. Could have used its AP rounds. Slowed down the Hellcat. Done some damage to it as well. Hellcat doesn't have much armor. So missed micro there from Elite. Lost him his Panzer. GenObi as well, like very slow bringing in this. He brought it in early, maybe use its Vet 1. It's a target weak point. It would have made that go much more smoothly for him. Either way, P4 did. That's big. Elite's got quite a lot of resources in reserve though. Might be considering going for a Tiger. I'm not sure exactly where the cooldown timer is.
We have taken the advantage.
This is that shot now.
We're losing grasp of a munitions point.
Wreckage over here. Okay, the Soul Greens is taking it, which is, as I said, not good. The STG. Watch the video from Will the Noobs. He made a big video about this. It's just not particularly good. Much better off getting LMGs on your Panzer Greens.
Being neutralized by the enemy.
Getting the Braider.
Victory point lost.
Stand down!
Okay, goes pushing in.
We have vehicles available in
Getting away
reserve.
relatively quickly thereafter though. Smoke out, Hellcat's rolling through.
Assault Grenadiers have fallen.
Oh,
Anti-tank
still
crew
Assault Green going down. Maybe it was on the far side over here.
Engage all contact!
He's making some moves here.
Proximity
AT
alarm
gun
beyond
decruise.
victory point.
He knocks out the 75mm with the Panzer Jaegers. He's going in for more, but a double Stug call-in coming up. Hellcat's got to be careful here.
Victory point under enemy control.
Didn't manage to kill off the AT gun either. Here's the Stugs. Bulldozer gets around beside the buildings. Safe now. Hellcat, I don't think wants to duel here. Pops the AP rounds this time on the Hellcat. The Stugs, though, needed to just stay in there. He tried to back one of them away, caused a bit of a traffic jam. Would he have survived one more shot there? I wish I could quickly check the health on this without ruining the UI. Oh man, this replay UI is so bad. Alright. Okay. The IG, obviously an absolute monster, massively outranging and out-damaging the mortars. It's another reason why maybe you don't want to go double mortar. The LIG is so good in the head-to-head. It looks like he's salvaged on the Panzer Pyros.
Victory points to 250.
The scope rifle, which I think is also quite bad. The number one priority is always salvaging on the Panzer Greens, and I go out of my way to do it.
Territory lost.
Okay, flak feeling repairing up. Still got the AT gun here. Needs recovering. Might even be worth bringing the mid truck out of the base to get that. I can understand leaving the mid truck in your base, but these situations where you've got a whole bunch of team weapons decrew close to your base, I think it's a good option to use the mid truck to come out and use its crewing ability. Here it is, actually. Nicely done by Elite.
Keep your distance!
Okay, GenObi's got a whiz-bang now. Still got the Hellcat alive as well, that's important. Repairing up the repair station. And because he went for the mechanized support center, he's got the smoke launchers upgraded on his Hellcat. I mean, bulldozer rather. Don't see that too often.
Enemy is down to 200 points.
Chases away that squad on the far side. The flak. GenObi ticking under 200 now. Looking for a good target for the whiz-bang, and it's a good one right here.
Getting the work done.
Saw Elite drop down the Firestorm in the middle. Bit of a weak ability, this one as well. It's just so easy to just retreat out of, you know? Doesn't do that much damage either, standing in it. Lasts for quite a long time though. I think I prefer if it was more like the Soviet one in COH3. It's pretty good damage. Drops down really fast. I feel like the slow from it adds almost nothing. Okay, here we go. The T-gun revealed its position. Just bang firing. Improves the machine gun. Double Strix charging ahead. Pulls back. He's got the bazookas already loaded up. Strip up decent frontal armor though, bouncing one. Hellcat moving in. Strix having a bit of pathing issues. Oh, good timing on the smoke for GenObi. Don't know whose smoke that was. Oh, maybe it was the Strix smoke. Maybe he's got the smoke upgrade now. But it worked out really well for GenObi because the Strix didn't fire and the Hellcat just drove to the edge of the smoke, attack rounded through it, got the kill. Having a bit of trouble. I don't think it's a particularly good map for like Strix either. So many ways for them to get flanked and stuff. Casemate's not particularly good on this map, it feels like.
A victory point is being taken from us.
Two riflemen out on the far edge. Seems like the flak's going to head out this way next. Hellcat's heading out that way now as well, maybe expecting the rotation.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
My men have
Through
completed
the
their order.
middle. The beacons are getting some pretty good value on this map. They're tough to push. Tough to dislodge. Probably one of the best maps for the beacon action.
Engage all contact.
I suppose that would apply to like the Ardy beacon from Advanced Infantry as well in Serious Forces. Panzerjägers there. Sounded like they've got the bazooka as well. Maybe they salvaged that. See, they're doing big damage to the Hellcat that decides to back away.
We have vehicles available in reserve.
Bulldozer runs in. Oh no! And it goes down fast. Really quick kill, considering how much health armor it usually has, but these enhanced anti-tank grenades, incendiary rounds on the pack. Stood there as well, pinning shots. That bulldozer went down real fast.
Victory point lost.
Vet, you know, high vet squad as well, extra damage on the anti-tank grenade because of the vet. Right now though, GenObi in control of the two edge VPs. Using the airburst on the AIG out the back. Airburst is so good on that US mortar. Oh, whiz-bang shooting out the back. Gets the decoy on the LEIG. Weaken up the weapon a little bit as well. And it's going to be another Hellcat for GenObi. I've got to rebuild the bulldozer, which I think is fine. You know, he's got a strong base of infantry still hasn't upgraded all these riflemen with the second bar yet, by the way.
The enemy
So he doesn't desperately need an anti-infantry vehicle. He can make use of his infantry and indirect fire in the anti-infantry department.
We have been granted a Tiger 1, Commandant.
We can knock out Stugs. Flak feeling with the Hellcats. They'll get the job done. The extra piece of anti-tank on those Panzerjägers does make them a lot stronger. I'd say they're like the second priority for picking up weapons. Panzergrenadiers first, Panzerjägers second. Bazooka on them is quite nice, as we can see. Really zoning out that Hellcat, getting big damage on it. Bazooka, and you know, quite good against a lot of the US tanks that we don't have as much armor, some as their Axis counterparts. Got a wreckage up here. GenObi's not knocked it out. Very important to do, as I keep saying, if you're up against battlefield espionage, gotta kill off your own wrecks. This one's already got the STG though, can't salvage again. Nice cheeky grenade, threw it onto the incoming path and kind of ran into it after that. Here comes the Tiger though for Elite. He's a bit slow dodging with this Hellcat, that's going to go down. That was really slow for GenObi, wow. Just donated that Hellcat. He's busy trying to do something. Oof! What was that? Was that from the breach? That was crazy amount of damage onto the SSFs. Fortunately, a lot of these whiz-bang rockets flying with the buildings didn't do much to the assault grens. I think I heard something else die somewhere.
Victory point under enemy control.
Really bad news for GenObi. If he had two Hellcats with the speed boost, with the armor-piercing rounds, you'd be in a really good spot against the Tiger. With just one, he's going to struggle. Tiger just driving up here. Does he have the vehicle speed boost? Kind of looks like it. Check that if we get a low on the action. Oh boy, be the end of the Panzerjägers. That would actually be really handy because they are zoning this Hellcat massively with the Rifleman. Snare. Oh, the building was so low, the squad inside it dies. Heartbreak for GenObi. I didn't see the building health and maybe neither did he. But the T-gun camp back here as well. Hellcat can't stick out here. Has to back away. The whiz-bang's there, ready to go. It's a costly loss. If he'd knocked out the Panzerjägers, it was so good. Oh, he's just left this here. Could go down to an AT grenade. Gets out of range just in time. I hear Braiders.
The enemy has the advantage here.
Now the Riflemen without the second weapon upgrade are really going to struggle against these Panzergrens. Hadn't really seen GenObi use fire superiority on his Rifleman. Maybe I just didn't notice it. But I haven't seen him use that or sprint, so maybe that's something he needs to work on. Making more use of those Rifleman abilities. Tried to go for a close range one. Didn't work out too well. At least forced the retreats though. There's a bit of breathing room. Socrates capping out on the edge. So he's finally saved up for another Hellcat, but as I said, so much harder when you don't have all those manpower discounts and casualty clearing as US forces. Makes the US late game much, much weaker. The Hellcat's trying to speed through the middle, but I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Oh no. They switched their target priority over to the flak feeling. And everything goes down there. I think that's it for GenObi. It was not a very good move, honestly, like charging through the middle, because this Pack 38, wow, I couldn't stand the game afterwards to see, was it weird? Okay, don't know what happened there, but oh, we can go this one maybe? That'll do. So, yeah. It was a bit of a weird one. Charging through the middle, because that Pack 38 had been camped there all game. And if not that, I mean, that's such a common mine spot to be going as well. If you wanted to flank, you had to go around the other side, I think. Flank, rather than charge straight ahead with flanking speed engaged, you know? But yeah, it's so much harder as US forces, like, if you don't have those manpower cheats running. It's just crazy. And that's, I think, where they need to look at balancing the game. So the disparity there is still so high. ISC is just such a powerhouse, especially in ones. Like, the captain is such a beast. LMG helps you zone light vehicles. Vet 1 mortar barrage helps you against team weapons. Sprint ability, I think it's called like flanking maneuver, helps you flank machine guns, and just generally like allows your riflemen to close the distance really fast, which can be handy as well. I think it gives them resistance to suppression and take less damage. So much utility, and just another squad to cap with as well. And then you get all those manpower cheats in the late game, which helps you overwhelm your opponent. GenObi trying out some Mega Knight support center stuff, and he made, you know, decent use of it. You know, there's flanking speed on the Hellcats, the smoke we saw a bit, using the repair station, handy. But it's wasn't enough. You can just feel like how much slower he was rebuilding that Hellcat in the late game compared to how it usually is for US forces. It's a night and day difference. But yeah, I think needed to invest more into like the double bars. I think only one of his 3 riflemen that he had the whole game ended up with double bars. Need to kill off those vehicle wrecks once they go down. You don't want your enemy salvaging those weapons. It just gives them such a big power spike. Yeah. Those are the main points. As for elites, yeah, as I said, I think that's really like a Panzergren, double LMG Panzergren type battle group. So, you know, you've seen my build, 3 Panzergrens. Not really sure what the second, like, late Panzerpyro is for. I'm guessing just, like, for another squad for a bit more map presence. Panzerpyros are maybe a little bit, you know, not that strong, especially if you're not upgrading them with a flamethrower. Flamethrower are very good on that map. Yeah. And then, yeah, as I said, like, I don't think their weapon upgrade is like one of the lower priority ones. I haven't really tried them with the grenade launcher too much. Maybe that's okay. But yeah. Very late flak feeling, like crazy late. Luckily, GenObi trying some, you know, off-meta stuff with the 75mm M3s, which don't really do that well at countering the flak feeling. They don't outrange it by that much, and the flak does so much damage to them in return. It's a pretty tough matchup. And by going for 2 75mm M3s, as well as both weapon support center and the barracks, slowed down GenObi's first tank by quite a lot, I think. Like, I was in the back of my mind thinking, you know, he's probably going to get out in like a 13-minute tank of some description. It ended up being more like 17 minutes. Maybe could have made it a bit more of a priority to rush out a tank, because with the poor map control Elite had, his own vehicles were quite heavily delayed. But yeah, I was also a bit confused by the double mortars. If you've got the whiz bang up your sleeve, I don't think it makes that much sense. I think double mortars are quite good because at the moment, with a lot of factions, maybe not US forces because the airburst Vet 1 on the mortar is pretty good, but with most factions, like one mortar doesn't really apply that much pressure to team weapons, but double mortars can really actually like threaten the decrew, or if like enemy units goes to cap behind sandbags or something, double mortars. And kind of what I usually do is mortar barrage like slightly apart, so instead of both barraging on the exact same spot, I'll barrage like one slightly left, one slightly right. That seems to do well, and that way if they dodge left or right, you're still going to be hitting them a bit as well, instead of them just being able to dodge away from it like clean, but still gets good AoE damage. You know, just like a little separation, maybe like less than 5 range apart. Yeah, but there we go. Tiger comes out, stomps. It was looking okay for GenObi, but then he just like left that Hellcat sitting in front of the Tiger for 2 shots. Way too slow getting out of there. That just set him way too far behind. Maybe need to abuse the garrisons a little bit more. Just like sneaking through the buildings in the middle of the map. Just gives you so much sight on your way in. You can avoid running into machine guns. Stuff like that. You want to play the map, I feel, and maybe can help you give you some like long range spotting for your whiz bang barrages. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like what can be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.